podcast about everything. I'm one of your hosts, Tom.
And I'm Tim.
Tim, how are you doing this week?
I'm doing okay. I think we're struggling a little bit with technology, and
we're not in the same room tonight.
And it took us 43 minutes to get set up for this dumb thing where we talk about Pizza Hut for an hour.
Well, I forgot that. I guess people know what the episode's about. I was mad at you for spoiling it, but
we should start doing that. We should just
every episode mystery.
It's just question marks. Every episode title is
like
just
the Riddler.
Exactly. The Riddler, I don't know. His costume is cool. His riddles always stunk.
No, his costume's not cool. His costume's just like a green leotard.
Yeah, with question marks on it.
Yeah, but it doesn't like do anything.
Was a costume it has to have like a propeller on it or something?
Yeah, something. I mean, like Mr. Freeze's costume, he like keeps him frozen in there. Bane's got the venom going into him to make him super strong.
The Joker doesn't have anything.
Tim, sometimes he's got a joy buzzer in his pocket.
Yeah, but the Riddler has a cane.
Yeah, but I mean, still.
I just feel like, look, the costume, it pops. It's got pizzazz. We can all agree on that. I think they were just like, we don't need to have any gadgets in the costume or anything because he's a cerebral guy, right?
Yeah, well, we'll put all the gadgets in the cane.
Yeah, and in his brain. In the cane and in the brain.
Of course, in his brain, yeah.
Yeah, but this is where I think they messed up, Tom. I don't think its brain is all that good.
Well, try telling him that. He thinks the opposite. He thinks he's one of the smartest guys out there, if not the smartest guy out there.
Because of his riddles. But if you were really smart, you wouldn't leave riddles. What?
No, Tim, I mean, everybody knows in society who are the smartest, most educated people.
Quizmasters. Riddlers.
Yeah. The people who come up with, and a lot of times he doesn't even come up with the riddles. It's like from a joke book, like a kid's riddle book.
The other thing about riddles, every riddle is like a trick. Right? It's always like a trick question. Like, you didn't think about it this way.
That's kind of what a riddle is, Tim.
Well, then
are you saying you wish riddles were more straightforward?
I wish riddles were more like trivia, I guess,
I think you're just thinking of sayings.
I just want the Riddler to have a normal conversation for once in his life.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's incapable of it, Tim.
He is. He just loves riddles so much, and he loves crime, and this is his downfall.
Well, he loves trying to prove that he's smarter than everyone, including Batman.
This is the thing, and I feel like the Riddler is the reason we're in this whole mess as a society. It's because all these conspiracy theorists were raised on the Riddler, and now they think everybody is doing dastardly deeds and leaving breadcrumbs and secret messages about the deeds they're doing instead of what normal bad people do is just bad stuff, and then they're like, maybe I won't embed clues in plain sight so people who are paying attention can decipher the code.
Maybe no matter how much evidence there is against me, I will deny having any involvement whatsoever, let alone leave little clues along the way for people to dissect.
But I don't know. Hey.
But then remember, Tim, the DC sniper, he left clues.
Yeah, but again, I think he was a little Riddler-brained, right?
Yeah, but
what was his deal?
I think he was Riddler-brained. I think it's like you said.
But why did he do all that?
I'm not exactly sure. I think he had some severe PTSD. I think that was part of it. But I'm not sure what his actual reasons were.
Well, that doesn't excuse his actions.
No, not at all, Tim. And I would say I don't know if he could say a reason that he was doing it where I would go, all right, well, now I get it.
Yeah. No, I don't. I can't get into his head and understand him as much as I try.
But he's been executed, I believe. So
really,
yeah,
well, I wouldn't want to be in his head.
Yeah.
I'd go crazy.
His head's 6 feet under right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who being buried alive? I don't even want to think about it. How are you doing this week, Tom?
No, he was. I don't think he was buried alive, but I'm doing good, Tim.
Maybe they should have.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably not far from, forms of corporal punishment like being buried alive.
Yeah. I'm against it. I'm against it for me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And I'm against it for you. I'm not I'm a good enough friend.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. No matter what I did?
As long as it wasn't to a member of my immediate family.
Okay, but like cousins and stuff, that's all right.
Fine.
All right. Well, I'll keep that in mind going forward.
I mean, well, no, don't do anything to my cousins. I think some of my cousins listen to this show, so I had to defend their honor.
Which ones would you say are the wealthiest and have the most valuables in their personal homes?
That's what you're going to do? If you're just going to rob them, that's okay. I don't think you should be buried alive for robbing my cousin.
I don't know. I don't know what kind of... you're part Italian, Tim. I don't know what kind of stuff might come out if I disrespect your family.
I don't know. So it's okay to be racist against Italians. It's good to know.
Take me out to the racetrack and bury me or something.
Yeah, those toll booths or the old toll booths near Jones Beach that, growing up on Long Island, people are like, hey, that's where, so-and-so got gunned down in that's where they killed Sonny Corleone in The Godfather or whatever.
Yeah, I knew that part.
Yeah, and I'm always like, I don't care. I never even saw those movies.
Right, yeah.
And how come Al Pacino was allowed to play Scarface? Be canceled these days.
Yeah, he would. And anything went back then, Tim.
Yeah. Well, he did a good job.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. How are you this week?
I'm good, Tim. Thank you for asking. Let me ask you a question about this has been on my mind this week. Gen Z slang.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the kids nowadays all saying that things are cooked? Like, oh, that guy's cooked. Can I give you my take on it?
Oh, so you weren't really asking me.
Oh, I thought maybe I caught you off guard and you're panicking.
Yeah, no.
I was giving you an out. No, go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
I was starting to answer.
Okay.
I just want to point out, and you can give your opinion on it. I think by the time it reaches us and we're like, oh, everybody's saying this, they've stopped saying this months ago.
No, I think it's still out there.
No, you're hearing millennials parroting it.
No, I've got my ear of the grindstone, Tim. I'm hearing about all the new slang all the time.
What's your theory?
Well, I'm not theory. I liked it because I feel like it's just short for his goose is cooked, which is like a fun saying.
That's true. What do you think when they say less?
Oh, like you had me at hello.
Yeah, that's
like
exactly
that's
what they're saying.
Means.
Yeah,
they're
doing
say
the old
more.
Zellweger. Yeah.
I don't need to hear anymore. You should have cut to the chase.
Mm-hmm.
You had me at less than what you said.
Cut to the chase is an Entourage reference.
Yeah, cut
it
to
really
the
means
Vinny
cut
Chase.
to the Vinny Chase. Yes.
Yeah, because often that show they would focus on another character for a little while, but then they would cut to the Vinny Chase.
They'd always
to see
cut
what
back
he was
to
up
Vinny
to.
Chase. Yeah, exactly. He's the sun that they all orbit around.
He's the one who has the entourage.
He's the brightest. He burns the brightest in the Entourage universe.
I think he's the one guy in the show who's not part of the entourage.
Right, because he's just the guy.
Yeah.
They
should
Vinny
have called
Chase as the guy.
They should have called the show like Vinny Chase and his entourage.
Mm-hmm. It was a big mistake. I think that's ultimately why the show wasn't successful.
A lot of people watched, they watched that whole show being like, I mean, the name of the show's Entourage. At some point, Vinny must become part of the entourage. And then, like, they all become the entourage for somebody even more famous.
Mm-hmm. Like who? Mark Wahlberg?
I think in because he was involved in the creation of the Entourage universe, he was like canonically the most famous person in Hollywood in that show.
Yeah. He's a great man.
Tim, that would have been a pretty satisfying end to Entourage if like Mark Wahlberg just walked in and he was like, "What do you say, guys? Will you be my entourage?"
And even Vinny Chase is like, yeah, I guess
even you, Vinny Chase. I know you can't resist.
That's a satisfying
character
arc.
And then he says like, and I always, I couldn't tell you Turtle and Drama, and E. I could never work up the courage to tell you this whole time I didn't want all the fame and fortune. I wanted to just be part of the entourage.
Mm.
And now we can be. Now that Mark Wahlberg's here, he saved the day.
Yeah, he saved the day, and Vinny Chase can take
just like he would if he was on that plane during 9/11.
Saving the day, man. Yeah. Not a day goes by that I don't wish that we could go back in time and get Mark Wahlberg on that plane to save America.
I mean, yeah, not too much time goes by without me thinking about him claiming if he was on those planes, things would have gone down differently.
Yeah, which is like an insult to the memory of every single person.
Such
on
an
those
insult,
planes.
like I'll tell you what, if you had me on there, a real tough guy instead of all these wimps, maybe we wouldn't be involved in all these wars.
Yeah, it's a real sliding doors situation.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Has anybody ever asked him why he was too cowardly to buy a ticket and board one of those planes? Oh, if I was on one of those planes. Yeah, well, then go on, then fly on the plane,
well,
man.
Tim, I think you misunderstand the whole situation because Mark Wahlberg didn't know ahead of time.
Didn't he?
Nah, it's true. He's in those Hollywood circles.
That's my conspiracy theory.
That
Mark Wahlberg wasn't in on it, but he was aware of it, potentially.
I mean, it would explain the overcompensating. He's like, well, I can't let people know that I knew ahead of time. So I'll be like, oh, I really would have messed up those terrorists. When in reality, it's like, I knew some of those guys, and I knew ahead of time what was going to happen.
I mean, it's also
put some distance.
Yeah. Look, it's a terrible tragedy, and it's a tragedy that Mark Wahlberg wasn't there to prevent it.
Yeah.
And if you had his whole, imagine you had Vinny Chase and Turtle there, and E backing him up. E wouldn't be very much help on that plane.
Yeah, probably not. But that, man, what an ending that would have been. Like, okay, in this alternate reality, he is on the plane, but he's got his new entourage. And he's like, guys, this is it. This is the big leagues. I need you to be my entourage as we single-handedly fight off the 9/11 terrorists.
Right. Successfully
Fight them off.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, then the plane...
The thing is, once we get the terrorists on this plane, we've all got to suit up in parachutes, and we've got to skydive to the other plane to save them too.
Yeah, and they'll do it.
Yeah, they
have the skills. I think we learned that over the 7 seasons of Entourage.
But if that was how the whole show ended, I mean, they would have had to explain like how they went back in time. But that's fine.
Maybe they could have just said it was back in time all along. Like, oh, this was always the late 90s.
Yeah, you never notice it, but Every time there were things that appeared like they were actually like really new, in fact.
Yeah.
Like, cell phone
I think that's
companies.
explained away pretty easily. I think that wouldn't be the like most egregious lapse in logic on that show if they.
Yeah, you could have explained like, look, this is a different universe where like cell phones move faster than 9/11, and 9/11 happened a little later.
Yeah, it's not that hard. You just do an interview for Variety, explain the acceleration of time in cell phone technology related to terrorist attacks.
No, you don't have to do it. You get drama to talk about it
On the show.
on the show. He's talking about like
addressing the camera.
Maybe. I mean, if he feels comfortable doing it, sure. But otherwise, I think he could be like, hey, guys, I've been going to a lot of Comic-Cons because remember he was in like a Hercules type show. That was his deal.
Okay.
He had like a cult following because he was in like a Xena warrior princess Hercules.
Was he the
Kevin Sorbo,
Kevin Sorbo of the universe? He wasn't. He probably wasn't the lead in that show, though, right?
I think he was in the in-universe show. So it's conceivable he would have been at like a Comic-Con doing autographs and, hearing about new cell phone stuff. And he would just he would be very knowledgeable about it. He'd be able to just work in a few lines like, man, these cell phones are really remember like a year before the show started, we all had those old phones. Also, he wouldn't say before the show started. It would be like within the timeline, unless he's looking at the camera.
I think it's easiest. It's most easily addressed as a direct address to the camera. The audience is catching them up, and then it's like, and now to set the scene, bright, sunny September morning.
I think
and now we're off to the races.
I think if halfway through the last episode of Entourage, drama turned and talked to the camera, that would scare the hell out of you.
I hate when people break the fourth wall. I hate it so much. Don't look at, if you're ever in a movie, if you're ever directing a movie, if you're ever making any sort of, do not have a character look into the camera lens. It's too scary. Tom, we're not here to talk about the boys from Entourage joining a different entourage and preventing tragedies from happening. We're here to talk about pizza.
Yeah. Well, not just any pizza.
The only pizza.
Well,
the
not
inventors
the only
of pizza. Well, as far as I'm concerned, Pizza Hut.
Yeah, Tim, let me start by saying I'm trying to pull it up here in my chat, but yeah, a few days ago you sent me a link, Retro Pizza Hut classic restaurant, and he said they got the lamps and the red cups, but they don't serve pizza. It's just steak now, which you just were making jokes.
Yeah, it's a joke. It was a joke.
But this is an article from like a year ago.
I think it's from 3 years ago, actually. I think it's from 2022, really? Yeah.
And I was kind of surprised. I didn't realize you were so into Pizza Hut.
So Pizza Hut, Tom, is an American multinational pizza restaurant chain and international franchise founded in 1958. So we have a lot of international listeners. Look out your window. You might see a Pizza Hut, right across the street.
Say, like, look out your window. You might see the Eiffel Tower, and you may be one of them.
That too. If you live in France, there's a good chance you can see the Eiffel Tower from wherever you are now.
I'm one of the international listeners. I had no idea.
But, and then turn your head, the few degrees to the left or right, and you probably see a Pizza Hut. That's how prevalent they are.
In France?
All over the world. They're a multinational company, Tom.
Yeah, you did say. They have 19,000 locations.
Yeah. So that's probably most of France.
Yeah,
It's
most
covered.
of France. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to get numbers here, but it's fruitless.
Oh, numbers for how many they have in France, or
Yeah.
just in general?
Yeah. No, no, I could spout numbers all day. 6, 42, right?
I'm looking at a number here, Tim, which is 600 square feet. That's apparently how big the original hut was.
In Wichita.
Yeah, in Wichita State University.
I feel like most pizza chains start around a university, right?
Well, yeah,
At least
Papa
we know
John's,
that about Papa's, right?
Yeah,
Your
Papa
favorite
John's did,
guy.
and yeah, and Pizza Hut. I mean that, like, if you're starting a new, I don't know, like chain restaurant, like what better place than a college campus? Like a college campus, we went to a few years ago, went to Laura's old school, and that was the first time I had Raising Cane's, because I was like, oh, there's a Raising Cane's here. I haven't tried that yet. Like, let me try it. And it was insane. Like, there was a line out the door. I went right before they closed, and I was able to, like, be in and out. But,
Wait, was that a Chicken Fingers restaurant?
yeah, mostly chicken fingers. I think they have, like, chicken sandwiches, but it's just chicken fingers on bread.
All right. I like Chicken Fingers.
It was good. Like, it tasted very good, but, like, not, my God, I need to wait in line for this type of good, in my opinion.
I mean, what would you wait in line for
At
this point in your life?
Yeah, not too many things. Like, waiting in line is one of my least favorite things to do.
Yeah,
and
even with your smartphone.
Yeah, and especially like if I'm in line waiting for some food like that, then I'm already pretty hungry probably. So I'm just going to be like frustrated that the line's moving slowly.
Yeah. I don't know. Then don't get in line for anything.
I mean,
That's kind of my motto.
I'm not asking for your advice.
All right. Or do what Al Gore said during his vice presidency. And he said, if everybody just carried a book with them, and whenever they were in line, you just read the book, people would read a lot more books. But I feel like people were like going shopping at like a JCPenney a lot more in 1997 when he said that, probably.
Yeah.
That was back when a vice president, all he did every once in a while was like come out and be like, hey, do you guys, what do you guys think about books? Do you think we should read more books?
I have an idea for how everybody could read more books.
Yeah. Now they're just like, oh, we should, spouting off the most dangerous ideas you've ever heard. Yeah. Yelling at other foreign heads of state.
The idea of everyone bringing a book with them on the level of like dangerous ideas, unless he's talking about the Anarchist Cookbook.
Yeah. And I'm sure Jay Leno made hay out of that quote for 3 full weeks.
Yeah, probably.
5 minutes of monologue jokes every night about what a bookworm Al Gore was.
Yeah, did you hear this? He said everybody should carry on a book.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if you get Madonna's new book with him.
Do you have anything else to say about Pizza Hut's origins?
Well, you said earlier you had no idea that I was such a Pizza Hut guy.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to talk about, but
Pizza Hut.
You wanted to lay the groundwork.
Yeah, exactly. But now I'll go back. I just wanted to very quickly, people be like, Pizza Hut, what's that? Now they know. Now they know what Pizza Hut is.
Yeah, they can turn off the podcast.
Yeah. People saw that this is called Pizza Hut, and they were like, I need to know what that is. I don't know what Pizza Hut is.
Yeah,
and this is talk about Entourage for 17 minutes. And then
this is the quickest way to learn.
Yeah, and they just wanted us to hear, they wanted someone to hear someone say, it's a pizza restaurant.
Oh,
okay.
Like,
Yeah,
I thought
sense.
It was like a hut made of pizzas. Okay, that makes sense.
This makes a lot of sense. All right. Thanks, boys. Thanks for your service.
Yeah, somebody on their way to a job interview at a Pizza Hut, like, I don't know anything about it.
No, post 1996, I want nothing to do with Pizza Hut.
Okay.
Ever since they stopped being a like sit down restaurant that you go in with like wait service and a down home meal, and they became like a fast food
a down home meal.
What's your definition of
It
down
was
home meal?
pizza. It was pan pizza.
Yeah, it's pan pizza. You know what? They a lot of like it wasn't just like frozen dough. Anyway, they've turned into well, what do you think a down home meal is, Tom?
It's gonna involve like grits or something. It's gonna or like gravy.
Well, maybe gravy. Some of their pizzas had gravy on it, I bet. But they've gone from when I knew them and loved them in the 80s and 90s when I was coming up, they were like a restaurant that you would go to and sit down, and they had an aesthetic and a decor that was unique and to a young boy fun. They had a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game and a Simpsons game in there. I don't remember which. They were the same game, right? Just reskinned, essentially.
Yeah, essentially. Like the same type of game.
To me, it holds a very a nostalgic place in my heart, and it's nice. And then it just became like a crappy fast food pizza restaurant that like is still around and stinks and nobody should ever go to.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I feel like the only times I've seen Pizza Hut recently, and like the most recent time I would have had it, and it still would have been a long time ago, was at like an airport or a rest stop that had like personal pan pizzas. I think that's like, at least the rest stop and airport ones, like that's what they do.
Yeah.
They just make a bunch of like cheese pizzas and pepperoni pizzas, pan like little personal pizzas, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then it's just you grab and go style.
But they're not even like made in pans, I don't think. I think they're just like, at
this point,
they're frozen and put on a conveyor belt thing. Whereas back in the day, you would order when you are 8 years old and you go sit in a restaurant and they give you Coca-Cola or were they Pepsi back then too? Yum Brands. It was the origin of
I know
Brands.
Pepsi eventually owned them, but I'm not sure.
I don't know. You're served cola in a plastic red cup.
You're served one of the top two colas for sure.
Yeah, it wasn't RC Cola, I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
And then you're 8 and you're like, I'll have my own pizza, please, a personal pan pizza.
Well, yeah.
Any way you like it. And they brought it out in a cast iron pan because they cooked it in a cast iron pan. There was nothing better. There was nothing better, Tom. You know that I've been like chasing that dragon. Like I've been making like scouring the internet for all sorts of different recipes to replicate. I think I got the one that comes closest. And it's, when I was making it and spending like all day like trying to get it just right, I was like, man, I'm going to a lot of trouble to like feel 8 years old again. This is probably something I should be talking to someone about.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember like what type of occasion would prompt like a trip to Pizza Hut in my family. I don't know if there was necessarily a rhyme or reason. I know we did not go as much as I would have wanted to. Like I would have had every meal there.
Same. I probably can, like, if I'm thinking like about it, probably like less than 10 times did my family go to Pizza Hut and eat there. But like, I don't know.
Well, was it for like an occasion? I mean, I know they had like the reading thing.
Yeah, they had, what was it called? Book It or something?
Something like that. Pizza books, book pizza.
I think pizza book pizza.
But it was like a program through the school, right? Kind of.
Yeah, they partner with schools. Hey, this is kind of, it's almost like an Al Gore type thing.
Yeah. They partner with schools and to get kids to read. They had did they have a list of like approved books or it could be anything?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you what happened here.
Okay. Tim's looking it up because I forget exactly how it worked, but except I know you read books and then you were able to redeem that for pizza, which, that's a great deal.
Yeah, they partnered
I'll take that deal all day.
Yeah, I'll take that deal all day. Read books. It's called Book It.
Okay.
It started in January 1985. Students who read books according to the goal set by the classroom teacher in any month from October through March were rewarded with a Pizza Hut certificate, good for a free one-topping personal pan pizza. And the classroom whose students read the most books is rewarded with a pizza party.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
I mean, it's such, I'm surprised nobody's really copied that because that's brilliant marketing. How much did one personal pan pizza cost them? How many of those coupons weren't redeemed? But then how many were redeemed and that was all the family got? They didn't get, pizza for everybody else. And you get kids hooked on it. They think pizza must be good because I know reading's good, and they wouldn't associate something bad with reading.
This is, you know what? See, this is unequivocally a good thing, right? Especially for a bookworm like me. And I don't actually remember actually taking advantage of it. I think maybe another classroom did it, another class did it, and my class didn't do it. And
I think it was kind of up to the teachers.
Yeah, and I think my parents were just okay, well, we'll just go to Pizza Hut and we'll buy you a personal pan pizza for $5.50, and we'll that'll be fine.
Back then, it probably wasn't even that much. It was probably $3.
Yeah. The program has been criticized by some psychologists. These fucking psychologists.
Yeah, they're always criticizing everybody's fun.
On the grounds that it may lead to over-justification and reduce children's intrinsic interest in reading. Do you know what over-justification is? Seems like a totally made-up thing. The over-justification effect occurs when an expected external incentive, such as money or prizes, decreases a person's intrinsic motivation to perform a task.
Now, have they shown that to actually be a thing? I
mean, I'm sure. Yeah, experimental evidence. There's a whole bunch.
But certainly, it's not the case in this. Certainly, it's not the case in everything. It's okay, for every one would-be nerd that you've now turned off on reading because they don't get a reward from it. Maybe you got 3 other dummies that had never read a book in their life, but they wanted pizza so bad they cracked one open.
No, but the over-justification theory or whatever is that the effect is that the external incentive decreases your motivation.
Yeah.
So
if it was if you read 5 books, come down to Pizza Hut and we'll give you a beating.
Right.
That wouldn't motivate you.
No. What they're saying is we're
going to take those big paddles,
the prize
and
of
get the pizza out.
We're
going to beat the shit out of you with it.
That a kid would have normally read a book, but they're well, if I'm going to get a pizza out of it, then I don't want to read a book anymore.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
It's if that were true, famous, this is why famously, everybody does their jobs for free, because if we were to get paid for our jobs, we wouldn't be motivated to work.
Yeah, and anyone that gets paid for any type of job, they don't like doing that job. They hate it. Otherwise, they would do it for free.
Yeah. And I think, most people should do their jobs for free. It's rude to always be asking for a handout.
Yeah.
I'm done digging my ditch.
Have
And
a
you're
pizza?
like, so you never did the book it thing either?
No, I think I did, but I do remember that it being a weird, like the teachers decided it wasn't like a school decision. And I do
Yeah.
remember being in classes that didn't do it and classes that did do it.
You know, you knew the ones. Every once in a while, you'd get like a low effort teacher, and you'd be like, yeah, I guess like every job has
This
people
one's
who are
not going to
bad
do
at their
anything
jobs.
fun.
Yeah. I think they're motivated by the money.
um, the personal pan pizza, I remember them marketing that explicitly at kids that like
Yeah.
you could get your own pizza. But let me ask you, Tim, what toppings did you get on your personal pan pizza?
Sometimes I would get get some pepperoni on that puppy.
Yeah. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. I feel like the idea is like, oh, you don't have to get like whatever like your parents are getting broccoli pizza, but you could get like a funfetti pizza.
I don't think that was the appeal for me at all. That was like, oh, the flavors. I was just like, I want something.
That's just
Remember,
mine.
Yeah, when you're 8 years old,
Mm-hmm.
how often do you get something like that is like just the way you want it, right? Like yeah, you don't have to compromise on toppings or whatever, but it's also like this is mine. I'm an adult, fully grown adult, even though you're 8 years old, you're not an adult. And this is like I'm ordering something off the menu at a pizza restaurant where normally we have to share.
Yeah,
It's cool when you're a kid not to share.
That's true.
Right?
Like you're always encouraged to share. And
yeah,
if
any opportunity not to share is like, oh, cool.
you get this, it comes in a pan that's super hot, so if anybody touches it, they'll get burned.
Protects your possession.
I forget what I was gonna say about personal pan pizzas. I had something else about personal pan pizzas.
That they were also delicious, and that the cheese around the corners would always get.
With the pan. Yeah, they were really delicious. Oh, I was gonna say it's also a weird thing that like Pizza Hut's a big chain and kind of fast food. Certainly nowadays it is, but it was like you said, a pizza restaurant, which was like kind of an obscure idea. Like when I was a kid, there were places in the village we grew up in that were like pizza restaurants, but it was like, well, it's really like an Italian restaurant that has pizza, and it's mostly going to be like stuff for adults. There's going to be like fish on there and like gabagool, all kinds of stuff a kid wouldn't want.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you go in, it's like a kid's not going to. Actually, one time as a kid, sometimes I did get the shrimp scampi, and it's really good.
Yeah, I like shrimp scampi when I was a kid too, mostly because it like came with ketchup, I think. Like essentially ketchup.
I don't know where you were going.
That's what the cocktail sauce is. It's mostly ketchup.
The shrimp scampi was, I thought, like
Shrimp
garlic.
scampi, I'm thinking a shrimp cocktail.
Oh, shrimp cocktail is fantastic.
Yeah. I like
now I wouldn't eat shrimp if you paid me $1 million because I know about that vein, the poop vein in it.
Yeah, you can take that out.
I know, but do they?
You can.
I don't want to take the poop out of the meal as I'm eating it.
You'd rather eat it?
No, I'd rather just eat something else.
Cook the shrimp scampi yourself.
I don't want to.
It's pretty easy, I think.
I don't know. I'd rather make myself a personal pan pizza. You should come over for these personal pan pizzas, Tom. They're good. They're really good.
What if I come over and I'm disappointed and I'm like, Tim, this doesn't capture the magic. This doesn't do it.
You've ruined my childhood.
Yeah. And now I forget what it even did taste like because of this monstrosity.
This is worse than the Smurfs movie that I went and saw, and it's just Rihanna instead of all the Smurfs that I knew and loved.
They had John Goodman was Papa Smurf, I believe, in the new one.
Really?
Yeah.
I like John Goodman.
Yeah, of course you do. He's a good man.
He is, right? I assume he's a good man.
Pizza Hut also had a big salad bar. Were you a fan of that at the time? That was a thing when we were kids. Like they had it. Sizzler had a salad bar. Like all you could eat salad bar. Wendy's. Well, Wendy's had like a fixin' station, but it had a ton of stuff. I feel like that maybe it's like health concerns that you just don't see as many like salad bars like you used to. But there used to be a ton of them, and Pizza Hut had a salad bar. And I remember, like as a kid,
we talked about this with the Sizzler. You used to love salad bars.
Yeah, because like you were saying with the pizza, you can make your own salad, and my salads were usually mostly like croutons and bacos, and then like French dressing.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense because my whole thing is that I didn't like salad as a kid.
Yeah.
I only pretend to like it now because it makes me, seem like a man in his 40s who's like not a glutton.
I like that you would order the pizza and then be like, okay, we're going to make the pizza. But in the meantime, here's something for you to do. You can get
go
up.
Nuts over there, yeah.
You can get up and go nuts over there. I remember they had really good, they had like raisins and peanuts that you could put on the salad too. And sometimes I would get those and just eat those.
Yeah, see, I never cared enough to
I was reading an article during the research for this episode, Tim, about how I think it was 2009. Let me see if I still have it up. They had like a big problem at the Pizza Huts in China because people were like gaming the salad system.
Oh my gosh. In what way?
So they had limited it to just one trip to the salad bar, not multiple trips. So people were like sharing tips online about how to basically like build structures of like vegetables.
So it was one trip and
one trip, one plate.
One plate.
But then people would like take carrots and like use them like Lincoln logs to like build a base and then put, celery on top of that and then zucchini or whatever.
People want to do that. If people's lives are sad enough that it's just like, I need to get extra vegetables by building structure, just let them.
Yeah, but I think it was like a big enough problem because I don't think you need that many people to do that to like ruin it for everyone. And now it's like, oh, we're all out of salad because that guy took 100 carrot sticks for some reason that he can't leave with. So I guess he's just going to eat them here.
Yeah. Look, if you I think there should be a penalty for taking food that you don't then eat.
Right. Yeah. Not finishing your plate.
They should have that. They should have, right? Like at buffets, they should do that. It's like, hey, it's all you can eat, but like, we can't put that food back. So if you don't eat it and you took it, I don't know, we're going to shove it down your throat.
If you don't eat it and you took it, we can't put it back. So can you put it back for us? We'll just look the other way.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, don't you think they should like throw you in jail or something? Not finishing your meal. Like, why'd you take all that food? Why'd you do it? You could have gone up again. You just pace yourself better.
I think they do. They do try to do that at these places, at least nowadays.
Yeah.
I know, like, years and years ago, I went to Shrimp Fest at Red Lobster. Did I talk about this recently?
Maybe. Who knows? I was reading an article about Shrimp Fest earlier today, so I might be conflating it with...
Yeah. But I remember, like, being like, oh, like, this will be fun. Go to Red Lobster, go to Shrimp Fest. And it's like, the waiter comes in. It's like, oh, the Shrimp Fest. And like their demeanor changes and they're like, here are the rules. And they just kind of like lay everything out. And like are like, and I know, you're probably going to say, can I do this? No, you can't do that. Like, just all these rules about how I think when you started, you could order 2 plates of shrimp. And I think each plate only had like 3 shrimp on it, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Seems like a paltry situation.
Maybe it was more than that. Maybe it was 6. And they had different types, and you could order any of the 2 types. But you couldn't order the next one until you finished at least one of those plates.
I mean, that feels right.
Yeah, which was fine with me, except I think they had so many problems over the years with like people getting mad that they were like I had to talk to the waiter like every 3 minutes because every time I like finished something, they were like, all right, what do you want next? And they'd like run to go get it. And then finally I got shrimp that were like raw and they weren't supposed to be. And
I don't think it's ever supposed to be raw.
I was like, oh, all right. I don't like, you can tell me it's going to take an extra minute to cook them. That's fine. So and they were real tiny shrimp too. It just seemed honest.
It wasn't a variety of shrimp. That's what I always thought Shrimp Fest was.
It was a variety of like ways they were prepared. Like they had popcorn shrimp and shrimp scampi, shrimp cocktail, coconut shrimp. That's the best one. And probably like 1 or 2 others.
Coconut shrimp. Yeah.
Coconut shrimp's real good. Have you ever had like coconut fried anything?
Probably.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah, I like coconuts.
Me too. And I like fried. So yeah, like you could get,
and I like shrimp, but I'll just never eat it again because it's gross. The poop vein. Imagine how many poop. If they didn't even cook the shrimp, Tom. Could you imagine the amount of shrimp poop you ate that day?
I think I'd rather eat raw poop than cooked poop.
No, because it's got to kill some of the bacteria.
Yeah,
right?
that's true. I'm just thinking taste wise.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's got the fried coconut coating on it.
Yeah, presumably it would. Tim, I want to talk about some of Pizza Hut's publicity stunts. Because they've had
these guys with the stunts.
I feel like they got away from doing that too, which was fun.
Mm-hmm.
So
they used to be a fun brand, and now they're a yum brand, and.
No, I don't. Are they still? I thought they got spun back off something.
I thought they were the original Yum brand.
No, sometimes even the originals can get spun off.
No, it's still Yum brands.
Okay. They were the first company to deliver food to space. They paid $1 million to send a vacuum-sealed pizza to Russian cosmonaut Yuri Yusakov aboard the ISS.
They did a lot of stuff with the Russians, I feel like.
Yeah, well, so the publicity stunt included plastering Pizza Hut's logo on the Russian rocket. Due to viewing restrictions, the logo was only visible from positions where media wasn't allowed, making most of the pictures terrible quality. But yeah, that was in 2001, and it was in 98 that they had former Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev star in a Pizza Hut commercial with his granddaughter, earning him close to $1 million.
He needed the money.
The ad showed a Russian family arguing about his legacy, economic chaos versus opportunity, political instability versus freedom, until the grandmother sells the debate by saying, "Because of him, we have Pizza Hut," prompting everyone to cheer.
Nice.
He was hesitant to do it, but he ultimately agreed.
For the $1 million.
Well, it said he agreed to, he would use that money to fund his foundation and create a library about perestroika.
He didn't do that. He might have.
I don't know, maybe he did. Yeah, but like maybe his library, maybe it was like the library that Chris Angel has in Las Vegas, where it's just of like haunted objects.
What?
Yeah. Well, it's not a library; it's a museum.
Okay. still,
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah, he's got
I
a
like
whole...
Chris Angel gets a bad rap because of his personality, but like he
But
seems
most
like
magicians have bad personalities.
yeah, exactly.
I would argue
Pretty
all
good
magicians have bad personalities.
No, Teller doesn't talk.
Yeah, I guess that's the best you could hope for.
Tom, did you see this this profile about Penn and Teller? I think it was in the Times.
I did. I haven't read it yet, but I did see it.
It's all about how it's like they say they're not friends. They're friends. They're friends.
Yeah, that's what made me want to read it because
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I knew these guys were full of shit about not being friends. For why? For no reason. Hey, you know that thing you just assume about us? Well, guess what? It's wrong. Okay. Then you're a psychopath.
They're not friends like you and I are friends, right? They're like two nuts who like, you know, they don't have any like friends because like they've devoted their lives to like stage
all
magic.
they care about is stage magic, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, that's friendship when, you know, you've partnered up with somebody on the one thing that you love for 50 years and you spend all your time together and enjoy it.
I don't really talk to him about anything else, but that's because you don't have other interests.
Yeah. You don't talk to anybody about anything. Penn's talking to some people about eating potatoes all the time. Tom, also, they originated the stuffed crust pizza, which I think it's a bad rap these days. People are just like,
Does it? I feel like it's a little forgotten.
People like, I just know that people like, you know, it started at Pizza Hut. What they did is they put some cheese in the crust. And then people started unprompted just eating their pizza backwards.
Tim, they weren't unprompted. The commercial suggests that they do it.
But nowadays I feel like it's like, stuffed crust. Oh, do we have to put more cheese in this? It's like, yes. What are you complaining about? It's like a mozzarella stick kind of, you know, pizza.
Yeah, I was going to say it was kind of like a mozzarella stick or a string cheese that they put into the crust. I didn't know that they had a legal battle with a Brooklyn man who claimed he invented and patented stuffed crust pizza. He says he sent his patent to Pizza Hut twice in the late 80s and was rejected both times, only to see them launch stuffed crust pizza 8 years later using what he claims was his exact method. So I'm sure they were like, God, this patent's good, but we got to sit on it for 8 years or else he'll be suspicious that we stole the idea.
If he had the patent, like, why does it matter if he was pitching it to them, right? Like, if they use the exact same thing, even if like unbeknownst to them, I think he could just be like, they can't just be like parallel thinking. Like, no, he patented it.
Well, he sued Pizza Hut for $1 billion.
And he was right to. Did he win?
The court ruled that Pizza Hut hadn't infringed on his patent, though the case has been the subject of a recent documentary called Stolen Dough. I'd be interested in watching that.
Yeah, of course. Send us a little early.
A documentary about the legal battle surrounding stuffed crust pizza?
Do you remember that commercial with Ringo Starr? And he's like, "Oh, stuffed crust pizza, it's enough to get for me to get the lads back together." And then he got them back together, but it turns out it was the monkeys.
Oh, vaguely. Yeah.
There's a Ringo walking around with the monkeys, and he was like, "Whoop, wrong guys," or something.
Yeah, I don't know if I do. Or did you make that up?
No, it's a real. Look it up, Ringo Starr.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I believe you. They went all out with the marketing for.
They really did
for stuffed crust pizza. It was all over the place,
and it paid off.
Pizza Hut claimed that it was invented by a employee because she got the idea after a focus group participant mentioned that he usually fed his pizza crust to his dog. I mean, so I'm sure she was like, what can we do to make pizza crust taste better so people don't just give it to their dog? Well, what if we put cheese in it? That's it. That's the idea.
He
And what's the method? Probably just rolling the crust over a circle of cheese.
No, it involves some sort of cheese infuser, probably.
Yeah, it's probably just rolling. I feel like as a kid, like examining it and figuring out like, oh, it's like kind of not as attached down here. I think they just roll it over.
Okay, so the commercial promoted the pizza chain's new stuffed crust pizza and famously featured Star teasing a Beatles reunion, only to be joined by members of the Monkees instead. But the plot twist, Tom, is that just this year, Ringo Starr went on Jimmy Kimmel Live and claimed he's never had pizza.
Wow. Oh, I think I do remember hearing that recently.
Yeah.
Why? How does he claim that?
Well, he says he has some. I'm allergic to several items. With pizza, you don't know what you're putting in it half the time.
All right.
So I don't think it's like I'm lactose intolerant.
That's what I was thinking.
You never know what's in pizza, but it's like you know exactly what's in pizza. It's
pretty simple. Yeah,
which is just also flour and yeast and water, maybe some sugar.
Yeah.
Sauce, which is like tomatoes, and then it's mozzarella cheese.
Yeah.
If you're not allergic to any of that, I don't know what to tell you, Ringo.
Also, like, you're Ringo Starr. I imagine if you told a restaurant, hey, here's some allergies I have. I mean, that a regular restaurant will try and accommodate a regular person if they tell them they're allergic to certain things. I think if Ringo was like, hey, make sure this isn't in there, they would do it.
Mm-hmm. He's 84
unless it is
old.
like he's lactose intolerant, he's got a gluten allergy and he's allergic to tomatoes. Like, I get it if it's like, it's a bunch of ingredients I'm allergic to, so as a result, I don't really like.
Yeah. Hey.
He didn't have to eat the stuffed crust pizza, Tim. He just had to be excited enough about it to get the lads back together.
Yeah, and then he says, wrong lads at the end.
Yeah, but maybe he thinks
this was shortly after the wild Beatles anthology craze.
Yeah.
Right?
Was there any in-commercial explanation for how he made such a big screw up?
I don't know. He's Ringo. I think they're just like, nah, Ringo.
Because I would imagine like a funnier commercial would be him like turning to the camera and saying like, who'd you think I meant?
Yeah.
But just wrong lads. It's like, did you not realize that when you called them?
Probably. He's dumb. And probably he's an alcoholic. He doesn't remember a lot of
He's an alcoholic, is he?
Ringo?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, recovering, but like.
Okay.
But like he probably doesn't remember a lot of the 60s and 70s.
Well, this wasn't the 60s and 70s. This was the 90s.
But in the 90s. But in the 90s, it was 1995. I must have
put him in my phone wrong back in the 70s.
No, he's just like, he doesn't remember who he was hanging out with back then.
Anyway.
But those years are all a blur to him.
I was also reading about how the architect who came up with the iconic roof apparently made out like a bandit because he wanted $32,000 for the design. But the brothers who started Pizza Hut couldn't afford it, so they offered him $100 for every Pizza Hut that used the design, which at the time they only had a handful of locations. But then, later they had a lot.
Yeah, that still doesn't seem like a lot of.
That's what I'm kind of thinking.
$100 per.
Because it's saying by 2004 there were 6,300. Ones of these, so it's like, okay, well that's like $630,000.
Okay, that's not bad.
Like, I guess that is what 20 times more than he was asking for.
Yeah,
but it took him a while to get. I mean, that this was in I don't know exactly when the chain started in the 60s. So this might have been the 60s or 70s. And it's like, yeah, in the end, I made more money. It took 30 years.
Yeah, but slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah, but what if he had gotten all that money early and he put it into the IBM?
That's true. I don't think he would have. He probably would have bought like food and housing with it.
$1? That's a lot of food.
Yeah,
he's gonna buy it all at once.
He's a big guy.
He's
a husky man.
Are you trying to go to one of these Pizza Hut classics? One of these original guys?
So what they've done is they got away from all these being a pizza restaurant with the iconic lamps that like what are they, like Tiffany lamps or something? What are those called?
Yeah, but they're like kind of stained. I think they are Tiffany.
Yeah.
They're like stained glass kind of.
Yeah. And the red cups and the booths with like the red vinyl seats, right? Like
yeah.
They got rid of all of that, all the beloved stuff and the iconic architecture.
Yeah,
and
it was like a very cozy restaurant. It was like kind of dark, but like warm.
And then like post-COVID, they just started, I guess, rebuying up those old buildings and putting all that old stuff back in there. But there's no like concerted effort. Like they're called, I think maybe unofficially, Pizza Hut Classic. They're sanctioned. They like have all the materials and stuff. They're like actual franchises. But like there is no source of like, here's the list of all the Pizza Hut Classic locations. It's all like, I heard there's one in Potsdam. And like you had to like, and it's just like sometimes like, and it just comes up. You look up the one in Potsdam, and it's just like Pizza Hut. It's not called like Pizza Hut Classic or whatever.
Yeah.
And so like I don't know.
You look at the photos then.
Do I drive 5 hours and be like, hopefully this is the place I want to go to? Yeah. But it just seems weird that like if this is like a thing that's happening, that they're not capitalizing on it, especially in these times
on the nostalgia.
Where, like, everybody's just banking on nostalgia so hard.
Maybe they don't want to make the other Pizza Huts feel bad.
Maybe the garbage Pizza Huts. Sometimes I'll go to often, I don't even know if this is still the case. This was like 10 years ago. They would have like Pizza Hut and Taco Bell dual place. So I'd go to Taco Bell, get a cheesy gordita crunch, and it's just like, give me breadsticks on the side. Yeah. And the Pizza Hut breadsticks. But these days, the Pizza Hut breadsticks are awful. They've been sitting under a heat lamp. They're stale. Yeah. It's a sad state of affairs, Tom.
Yeah, I forgot about their breadsticks. The breadsticks are pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's go to a Pizza Hut Classic. We'll live stream it on the internet.
Great. And if you like the idea of that, why don't you go to our website, tcgte.com, where you can find all the links to our social media, our subreddit, our Discord, and our Patreon, patreon.com/complete guide, where you get weekly bonus episodes. This week, what are we doing this week?
Two boobs,
where we're talking about TV, baby. The old boob tube with the two boobs. On patreon.com, and you get all the old bonus episodes, and there's early and ad-free options as well. Patreon.com/complete guide.
Yeah, do it. Patreon.com/complete guide. I didn't have anything to add, so I just said the URL again, Tom.
Well, Tim, there might be some people out there that go, well, if Tim vouches for it, then I'll check it out.
Oh, I thought this was just like a Tom thing. All this time, that would just be Tom alone. Yeah,
they wish.
We got a lot to talk about on Two Boobs. The Emmy nominations are out, Tom.
Oh, yeah, a lot of TV to talk about. Man, now I really want Pizza Hut because I've been thinking about it while we've been talking about it. Tim, I have to admit something. I've been thinking about Pizza Hut this whole time.
Tom, I would like to, I'm telling you, it's not perfect. It's not 100% perfect, but it's like 90% there. You're gonna feel, and you know what? I'll get the emulator going. We'll play the Ninja Turtles arcade game. I'll make sure, my family's not around.
And the cups. I need the cups.
The red cups, you can buy those on eBay.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. So I'd like you to do that.
All right, I'll do that. All right. The other thing is, our friend Nick had his birthday party there when we were in 7th grade, and our friend Jerry convinced our friend Jeff to call the waitress doll face, and it was the funniest thing. Like Jerry was like, "Hey Jeff, when she comes back, just be like, can I have another Coke, doll face?" And Jeff being like, "All right," he did it. And there's nothing funnier to a 12 or 13-year-old boy than one of his idiot friends calling a waitress doll face.
Did she?
He's put in jail.
Oh, I was going to ask if she slapped him, but wow.
Yeah,
sounds like he deserved it.
Yeah. So he got his refill of his Coke, though. So who's the real hero?
All right. We'll see you next week.